Okay, welcome on everybody. This is our lecture for Design 301. It's Tuesday, October 26th at 1 o'clock, and we are on a Google Meet. And this is week 10. And we've got 2 weeks of projects here. Week 10, and it's industry choice drawings. So I've chosen some plates and templates and drawings for you to reproduce from your choice of a variety of industries. And at this point, you may also, if you desire, if you already have experience in another CAD program or want to experiment with another one, you are welcome to do so. You can choose the most appropriate software that you know of. I will be doing my demonstrations in AutoCAD. And now this is set number 1. In a few weeks, you'll be able to do another set. Let's take a look. Here's your drawing set number 2. And you get 3 weeks to do that. And then we'll play around with some advanced stuff. So in drawing set number 2, you'll be given the opportunity to either choose a different industry or do more complex work in the one that you choose this time. All right, so let's take a look and see what we've got here. Welcome aboard. I'm just going over a couple of the details. So again, we're going to do your choice of industry. And that's really there because many of you are taking this course in support of something besides design technology, interior design, fashion design, landscape design, electronics, mechatronics, welding. So we want you to get an opportunity to see how it will work maybe in one of those. So there's 2 YouTube playlists. This 1 week number 10 is where you're going to find the lectures that I'm going to post. But over the summer, I did another one. And you'll see in here, here's how to do architectural elevations. Here's a Revit architectural demo if you want to do that. Here's landscape. There's an overcrossing. Here's how to make designs, extract, attributes. Some of these are the more, here's doing hatch patterns and line types and pergola, custom line types. So there's a bunch of stuff in here that you can look at. And I'll go find other ones to put in here also. And then some of them, if you just want to go back and watch the lectures that I did, there's extra cool stuff in here, like particularly on this one. So there's a lot of information stuck in there if you would like it. Mostly I'm going to do some quick demos, but my feeling is that you pretty much know the skills that you need to do these. It's just practice time. Practice time. So there is no particular reading list. There's my appointment calendar. Here's the workbook or the sample plates. They're all in here. And you will choose one folder and do the drawings in that folder. And I've chosen architectural, civil, graphic design, interior design, landscape design, and mechanical. And you will choose one of those and just do those over the next 2 weeks. Okay, if you get everything done this week, the next week is really easy. That'll be okay. You'll still need 2 submittals though. You're going to do a progress submittal this week. Okay. Submit PDFs of your original CAD files. Now notice you don't really have a template this week. You're just going to, your CAD work, you're going to save or plot a PDF of it, and you'll upload that PDF and your original CAD file. Okay, so if you did 3 different drawings, you would have 3 PDFs and 3 CAD files. And you can put all those in at once. Okay. So there we go. That's really what there is. Oh, and there is one, sorry, let me come down here. There's one collaboration activity, which is to post your work. Missed it by that much. It is really hard to get your own work perfect while you're doing the check of it. It is so much better to have somebody else check your work. And a couple of examples of this come from my work experience. The main one was when I worked at a company called Wemco. We were a pump and mining equipment manufacturer. And we'd get busy, and we hired a guy that was really fast, and his AutoCAD was really good. And he pumped out easily twice as much work, maybe 3 times as much work as anybody else. He was so fast, and we were loving it until about 3 months later, when we were production ready and his stuff hit the shop floor. And in the very first month of work on his product, we had $90,000 worth of mistakes that had to be reworked. Oh my gosh, it was a disaster. So, and then it just kept going because we had him on for like 3 months. And so we learned really quickly to put our best designer in the role of the checker. And he checked everything. We gave him a raise, and we said, you get a bonus tied to elimination of rework in the shop due to engineering problems. And he got us down to $2,000 a month, which was really outstanding for the amount of work we were pushing through. So you get somebody else to check it off. Okay? So what are you going to do? Post a PDF of your work that you've done this week on Sunday, and then next week you're going to go in there and provide feedback to 2 colleagues. One, is it complete or not complete for the entire project? And of course, it'll not be complete probably because you're only supposed to be half done. The work does or does not meet industry standards, and then provide examples. This line weight is too thin. This is should be hidden line, not continuous. This should be on the depth points layer so I don't see it. Okay, so you want to be able to do that. And it's laid out properly, right? This is an uncommon scale. Your views are in, your right side view is on the top instead of the right side. Whatever it happens to be. So you say this, and then you provide examples. Okay, and I'll do one for you. So that is the work for the week. It's like, oh man, I get to like just do drawings. Just do drawings. So let's take a look at some of these. And throughout this week, I'll probably pick one out of each of these and try to get some drawings done. So let's take a look at the first one. Architectural. First of all, there's a README. And you may or may not want to do it after you see it. So you've done a floor plan already. So now, well, you've done the building shell. So now do the floor plan, the space plan, and the roof plan. And you'll see them in the CAD workbook. Here's a list. And here's a tutorial on how to do 2 elevations. So that would be what you do this week. Okay? And I need to give you these two. No, I think they're in here. No, I need to give you those two. They weren't in the discussion, I don't think. I think I put them in there, but it's not clear. So I'll give you these discussions, create a B-size drawing showing both of those drawings. So you can do that, or you can do this cool Revit project. And you'll see how to do the Revit project in here. This is it, right there. The Revit architectural demo. And I'll tell you, you'll be done so fast, you'll be asking me for more to do. It's really, really cool. So that's your architectural work. Okay? And in week 2, there's something else to do if you want to. So there's your architectural project. Let's say you choose the civil project. So that's not too bad. Let's go over it again. You go to the README and you go, oh, I see. Do a floor plan, a space plan, and a roof plan. And 2 elevations. And you got 2 weeks to do that. So I think you and I'll the goal is that you get a nice one pretty far along in week 1, and then I can really mark it up so that you can get a really, really nice one at this point. Okay, let's take a look at your civil work. There's a freeway overcrossing. Now, this was a job that I did in conjunction with Caltrans, and this was a part of the Caltrans file that I was allowed, because I was a professor at the time, I was allowed to take and to use in my classes. And it's it's Simi Valley, it's First Street and Freeway 118 overcrossing, and we were doing a pump project for the irrigation. And so this is about how to use Revit again, and there's a demo. It's in here. There it is right there. There's a demo on how to do it, how to do each one of these steps. And that one probably will take you 2 weeks. But you can follow me step by step, and you will have the start of a really, really cool project that we can do more on when we, and then you can do this week in the special other project, you can do Minecraft. Okay, so that was the civil. In graphic design, let's take a look at the README. So it's to make custom line types, make block letters, and really you're thinking about different types of fonts for block letters. 5 different versions of a letter, and you can use the line or the polyline tool, and then use a pattern to make it show up in the letter. We sort of did that a little bit. And then on a layout, use a viewport object tool to show the letter how it would look with a pattern behind it. Also create custom hatches, and then X-attach an image into model space and write over it using the wipeout command. So these are very common things that you do in graphic design. You know, Adobe Illustrator, it's super easy. Photoshop, it's super easy. But there are times when it's better to use AutoCAD, especially if you're using a large vector analysis program and you just need to get something in there, or if you need to send your information to a laser cutter or a water jet. Now, most of those are now able to read Illustrator files and PDFs. But there's still a lot of cool stuff that we can use in AutoCAD for graphic arts. So this is just a little view of it. Interior design. There's a, let's take a look at this plate. So you've seen this thing before, right? We drew this and we went through it. Well, now the idea is each one of these things, let me go ahead and open it up. Each one of these things can be made as what's called a block. And then you can place the block in there. And you can even make blocks out of blocks. So if you have a door block, you can put two of them together to make a cabinet block. Whereas over here, you see that's a single cabinet block. All of these can be made as a little component that you can then pull into this drawing very quickly to build it from standard parts. You would go, well, that wasn't so hard to just copy. But when you put it in as a block, we'll show you later on that you can count things and you can add information to the blocks, like who's it made by, what's the finish, what type of handles are on it, how many shelves are there, what type of mounting hardware is required, how much does it cost, what is the URL to it. All of that can be included in the block. So this now becomes a piece of data instead of just a pretty picture. So this is getting ready for that. Okay? And you'll export the material list to a spreadsheet to do that for a job. So if you are looking for, okay, I got this drawing stuff down, I want to learn how to really use it to advance my professional efficiency. Even if you're maybe an architect, you might want to do this interior design one because you can get to it. Now, you can do the same cool thing with a 3D spiral stair. It uses a lot of these things. So if you're interested, you can do the spiral staircase instead. I did that because in the summer we had a student who she took the class so she could draw a spiral staircase. So of course I had to put in something so that she could draw a spiral staircase, but it came out really cool. Came out really, really cool. Okay, let's see. Landscape design. This one is, I think, similar again. I got to go find that plate. Ooh. This is to let you do the 3D of, oh no, this is correct. Plate 9 of week 4. You're going to make each component as a solid model. Okay. And then you're going to assemble them into a pergola and you're going to create that drawing that you've already done. Okay. That's one thing that you can do. Or you can go back and do like the interior designs are doing, create a set of drawing blocks with special hatch patterns that would be useful in a 2D landscape. So if you are in, I think it's Hort 320 maybe, or 310, Hort 310, where you're doing landscape graphics, they're doing exactly this right now, but doing it by hand. And having to draw those things over and over and over again. So you'll get your plan, and again, you're going to give them attributes. How big does it get? How much sun does it need? What type of soil does it need? How much water does it take? How much fertilizer does it take? So you can attach that information to each block, and when you put it into your drawing, you can start working with it. Okay? And then do some special hatch patterns, which are used for your hardscape walkways and things like that. So this is another cool one that you can use as a basis just for getting good skill. And if you choose to work on mechanical stuff, do the Geneva gear, the tooling brace, the bearing support, the floating arm, the adjustable arm, and the drive lug. And believe it or not, that's a similar amount of work as some of these other ones. These are not too hard to do, and I've got some information that'll help you along. And the drive lug is right here, and this is much easier. Oh, and the goal on this is you can do this either in AutoCAD or Inventor, and you can do them as 2D or 3D. Oh, no. Sorry about that. That's what you do in project set number 2 for these ones. So these are all still just 2D drawings. 2D drawings. So there's a wide range of things for you to choose from. And again, you'll choose one folder and do the work that is asked for in that folder. Okay? So there we go. Does anybody have a request because they go, I think I really kind of like to see one of these or the other? I'll be able to do a demo on at least one of them. Anybody got a choice as to which one they'd like to see a quick demo on? Interior. Okay, there we go. Let me do the interior design one. So I'm going to go into my VMware. And no, that looks good. Firstest with the mostest gets it done. So here we are. We know where we are there. I need to do how do I get there? Come on. Move, move, move. That's okay. Holding a puppy is well worth not getting your typing done. You all have this duo thing going okay. Hopefully you're able to get into all these things. Let's see. I want 301. Maybe. Yeah, where was it? Oh, I know why. Because it was in a different spot. It was in the summer one. Let me come into here. I can always find stuff off my calendar, right? Interior design. So let's look at that README again. A block for each major component of the design. So I'm going to do part of it. There I go. I've got it in my drawing. And some of you have this drawn pretty well already. But I need to change this. That whole thing all the way across should be 248.5. And remember how I can scale it to get it kind of close. And then I can do the align command or the scale command. I'm going to put that corner at the end and this corner at the other end and type Y for yes. And now it's the right size. So there's a few things. I've got that the right size, but now I'm going to actually draw these correct. So I see that this is 24 by 42. So I'm going to call that my cabinet 24 by 42. Yes, Cynthia.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. What did you just do as far as the align? Just explain to me just real briefly.
Okay.
You just rescaled it instead of using the scale from
yeah,
design?
So you can use scale, or there's another command that's called align. ALIGN. And especially,
No problem. I saw it. It was just something new that it was like, whoa, what did you just?
Okay. Sometimes I get this in earlier and sometimes not. So I can align one part of my drawing with something else in my drawing. So if things aren't lined up properly or they're the wrong size or if they're at an angle, you can use this. ALIGN. And I can select what I want to do. Click, enter. And so then I go, okay, I want the end of my cabinet right there to line up with that end. And I want this one to line up with that end. I don't have a third one. And I type yes for resize. And obviously I did the wrong one, right? But it lined up the line that I drew on here with my other line. Now, I don't really need to do that because I'm going to read these now and get them right. So let's see. I'm going to need a layer called cabinet. And I'll make it 0.028. Make that current. And so what I see is I'm going to make half my cabinet left and right, and then I'm going to put them together. So let's see. I'm going to want something that is 12 wide by 42 tall. I'm going to turn off my line weights right now. So that's 12 wide by 42 tall. And I can do a little bit of an offset to make it look cool. And I can put the little door handle thing on it. There. Good enough. And I know my other one is a mirror image of that, right? Oop. And not only that, but I've got one that puts them both together. So I have 3 different versions of that thing that I just drew. And I want to be able to put those in separately. So here we go. And I'm going to make my background just a little bit different so that it doesn't show up in somebody else's work exactly like this. There we go. Now, I want to make it so I can just put this thing in one piece. So that is a block. Insert, and now I'm going to create a block. And it's a cabinet, 12 wide by 42 high. Left. And when I put it in, I'm always going to click on maybe the upper left corner. That's where I'll line things up with later on. Now I have to select what it's going to be. Select those things. There we go. I've got it. Now I'll do this other one over here. I'll create another block, which is cabinet, 12 wide by 42 high. And that one's right. On this one, I don't know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick the hinge side again. Select these objects. And I've got one more to create. Create another cabinet, 24 wide by 42 high. And I'll just call it double. Oh, I have to select my objects and pick my point. So now you can see I can put this one together, this one together, this one together, this one together. So I've got a bunch of these already. Now I can insert those. Let's say those didn't exist anymore. For some reason they got erased. I can do the insert command. Start with this one. And that was just a click and drag. And then there's another one to put in. Insert, same one. Click and drag. If I had these ones all done, I could do them, right? I could do all those to put them in. Now, oh my gosh, I have an opportunity to show you another cool thing. Okay, so I'm gonna make this one now. I'm gonna show you another cool thing. So now I've got those 2 cabinets. And I'm going to show you one more. So I'm going to insert this double one again. And I'm going to explode it. Now there's this cool thing called stretch. And how tall is that one? You guys see? 29 and no. It doesn't tell me how tall it is. I'm gonna say they're 24 tall. I'm gonna say they're 24 tall. Watch this. There's a cool command called stretch. And I can stretch this from there. And now it's 24 tall. Is that the coolest thing you've ever seen? Let's do that again. So I usually give myself some little target points. Here it is, stretch. S-T-R-E-T-C-H. Select the object. And now this is cool. I'm going to select. And you see how I've got that? It's going to select that end that's inside the box and squeeze that part down and leave the bottom part alone. So where you do this selection, and it's just practice, okay, but it's going to take the stuff inside the box and squeeze it down. Select, enter, because that's all I want. Where do I want to start? I want to take that part there and squeeze it down to that part. So now what do I have? I have a cabinet. .24 wide by 24 high, and it probably should be tall or something like that, but double. Oh boy, I'm just not doing very good with following my own directions. Now let me explode that again. Now I want one that's, I think it's 36 wide. Oh, 35 3/4. 35 3. That's a weird. Oh, let me do this one that's 30 just for fun. And then you can do the others. So the ones that are 30 stick out an extra 6 inches on each side, right? Get rid of any weird extraneous stuff that might be in there. Looks like I got rid of everything. So here we go. We're going to make a block out of this one. Create a block. Cabinet. .30 wide by 24 high. Now I'm going to show you the really cool part. Now, this is what I'm expecting you to do. This next part is also part of it, but it really is for next week. So I'm just going to make one, and I'm going to ignore this for now. I'm just going to make a cabinet set. There's my cabinet set. And I want to do something cool. I want to know what's there. I want to know how many of everything I've got. And that's called a data extraction. I have to save all this. I have so much fun with this stuff, you guys. Okay. And you don't have to learn how to do this yet. I've got a video for it, but I just want to demonstrate the usefulness of this block stuff. So I'm gonna get some stuff out of here. I'm gonna pick these things. I want to learn about those. Yeah, I don't need the line. I don't need the poly line. I want the blocks. And I don't think I need that. And don't need all that. We'll just go with, let's just see what comes up in here. I'll just check the position of each one. And I'll combine. Let me go back. There we go. I got one of those, one of those, one of those, and two of those. Isn't that cool? And now I can put that, I'll put it into my drawing. Cabinet material list. I could do better on my that really should be in the paper space. Look at that. I got one of those, one of those, one of those, and two of those. So you can see how you can start pulling data out. Okay, and I can even have the attributes in there later on, which we'll show you later. But that gives you the idea, whether it's plants, cabinets, doors, windows, plywood sheets. You can really count things using AutoCAD in your design. So that's the goal of all this. Recreate that drawing and then eventually have a material list. Okay, so that's really, let's see. Alicia, do you want me to go over one of the other ones right now? Mech, okay. I'll do, this one's got a tutorial. Let me go find the floating arm, page 62. So I want to draw this thing. And I'll draw the majority of it. So I'm going to let's see, I'm going to need to get that one also from in here. Should have done it in here to begin with. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and draw this thing. Wish that wasn't there. There we go. So again, we need to go here. You know how to put your layers in. So I'm not going to worry about the layers too much, but you'll go through and you'll draw the front view and the top view and put it onto your title block like you know how to do. So this one's a really cool one. Let me start with the top view. Got a diameter of 1.75. And this would be on the geometry layer. And then this is weird. This diameter should say diameter. It's 3.19. And then let me make a construction layer really quick. And I see it's 5 inches away. And I see some more circles. Diameter 0.5. Diameter 1.25. And now a radius 0.75. Now here's the weird thing. How do I find this line? It's 2.25. And wherever that comes and hits here. So up 1.125. That's half. And over until it hits. That's where that line is. Now I can draw a line from there, tangent, shift right click, there. And then it's probably a mirror command. Pretty much have that. I've got some of these little hidden lines to do, but I want to show how to do this thing down here. I'm going to draw part of this. So I know this line goes right between those. And then this goes up 1.5. Now, this thing right here, man, I can put this line in, but then I got to figure out this stuff. Where does that line go? It lines up with this. And then it says go up 0.25, and then it goes up 0.88. .25, and then the real line is up 0.88. Now I got to figure all this stuff out. Whew. Well, stuff ends up being down here. So this line is sort of the bottom of this thing. Let me draw that. So that's the bottom of this. So let me draw that. But it's not at the bottom, it's up 0.2. So I'm going to move that up. .2. So I got that little thing drawn. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can copy it up 0.98. And then this is down. Oh my gosh. This line here is this. Okay, so now let me get that one going on. I'm going to get rid of those because they're kind of in my way now. Let's see. So now, here we go. Quadrant. There it is. Wrong one. There. So now, if I were to go down 0.15, I could connect it right up to that. And I'll use the fillet command to do that. Huh! That is too cool. That's right where the end of that goes. And then if I copy that down 0.68, it's right here. And if I do another fillet, and I make that one my geometry, now I can connect those up. And that is just really hard. But that's how you do that one. And then, of course, I have just a little bit of cleaning up to do. And I'm doing these all on the wrong layer. Okay, now I have some trimming to do and stuff like that. Right, so if I turn off construction and I do some trimming, that's got the majority of it. And so now it's just put in my layout like we did before, do the layout, put my dimensions on. This thing is 1-to-1, so it does fit on your sheet. But you might do it on a B-size sheet, and you don't do this. Cool? Okay, so Alicia, here's what happens. If I try to put I'm going to make this kind of small. Okay. So if I put a dimension on in there, it comes out all tiny because I actually put it in the model. If you go back and you see your dimensions in the model, that's what happened. You just missed it. You have to pay attention to this thing right down here, the model paper thing, model paper thing. Click. Now I'm on the piece of paper and my dimensions come out the right size. Yeah, that paper model. And that's what happens. But it's not too hard, right? You can just go back here, erase them, come back over here, make sure it says paper, and then put your stuff on. Cool? That happened to a lot of people. I'll go over that a little bit more, but you'll be getting that as you do this. All right. Everybody good? I'm going to turn off the recording.